Hi everyone, my name is Muhammad Munish Awasi, and today we will discuss about an important topic which is strategic management and business policy. Have you ever wondered why some businesses succeed while others fail, even when they have similar resources? The answer lies in strategy. According to the new research, 25% new businesses fail within the first year. Nearly 50% don't make it past for 5 years. And only around 25% businesses survive for 15 years or more. This shows that success isn't just about having similar resources, it's about having clear strategy, executing it effectively, and adopting it to change. Today, I will introduce you to the fundamentals of strategic management, why it is essential for the businesses, and its key element. Let's begin by understanding what strategic management is and why it matters. The study of strategic management. Strategic management is a set of managerial decisions and actions that determines the long-run performance of a corporation. It is like planning a long journey for a company, just like a traveler needs to decide where to go, how to get there, and what to do along the way. Businesses also need a clear plan to succeed. It includes making smart decisions and taking the right actions to ensure the company grows and stays successful over a long time. Think of it like planning a road trip. You need to know where are you going, the best route to take, and the stops along the way. Businesses do the same. They set goals, plan ahead, and make decisions to stay successful. It's about thinking behind today and preparing for the future. Without a strategic management, business can lose direction, struggle with competition, or even fail. That's why planning ahead and making the right choices today is key to long-term success. Strategic management includes four stages. Internal and external environmental scanning, which means understanding the business environment. This is when a company looks at both its internal and external environment to understand its strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats, what we call a SWOT analysis. Strategy formulation, which means creating the plan. Once the company has all this information, it starts to develop a strategy, basically a plan for what it wants to achieve and how it is going to compete. The third stage is strategy implementation, which means putting the plan into action. Now it is time to actually carry out the plan. This means putting resources where they are needed, assign rules, and making sure the team works together to execute the strategy. The last stage or the fourth stage is evaluation and control, which means checking and adjusting the strategy. After putting the plan into action, the company needs to keep an eye on how things are going. This involves monitoring the results and adjusting the strategy if necessary. Remember, strategic management is a continuous process. Companies that regularly scan their environment, create strong strategies, implement them well, and evaluate their performance are more likely to succeed in the long run. Okay, phases of strategic management. Let's start by understanding that business do not become successful overnight. Strategic management is something that evolves over time. As business grow and face new challenges, they usually go through four phases while learning how to manage change and compete effectively. Imagine a small shop owner who wants to grow their business. Over time, they learn to plan better and make smarter decisions. This growth happened in four phases. First, basic financial planning, short-term planning, just focusing on immediate need. At first, the shop owner only plans for the next few months. They focus on basic things like how much money they need to buy products and pay rent. They don't think too much about future. Second, forecast-based planning means looking at past data to plan for the future. Now the shop owner starts planning for the next year. They look at the past sales and try to predict how much they will sell in the future. They may also think about hiring more workers or expanding their shop. Phase 3, externally oriented strategic planning, means understanding the market and competitor. The shop owner now realize they need to understand their competitor, customer preferences, and market trends. They might conduct research or get advice from experts to make smarter decisions. Phase 4, forecast based planning. Always planning, reviewing, and adapting to change. At this stage, planning becomes a regular part of the business. The shop owner doesn't just make one big plan, they keep reviewing and changing their strategy based on new challenges and opportunities. So, strategic management is a continuous process. Businesses that go behind basic financial planning and make a strategy part of their daily operations are much more likely to succeed in today's fast changing environment. Benefits of strategic management. The attainment of an appropriate match or fit between an organization's environment and its strategy, structure, and processes has positive effects on the organization's performance. Strategic planning became increasingly important as the environment became more unstable. As business works based when everything is aligned, it is strategy, structure, and processes must match the business environment. If these elements fit well together, the company performs better. Imagine a clothing store. If we sell winter coat in a hot country, our business won't do well. But if we sell light, breathable clothes, our business matches the market and thrives. When the business environment is unstable due to economic changes, competition, technology shifts, or crisis, strategic planning becomes more important. Companies need a clear plan to navigate uncertainty, adapt quickly, and stay competitive. Benefit of strategic management. Clearer sense of strategic vision for the firm. It helps a company know where it is going. Example, a technological company like Apple knows its goal to create innovative and user-friendly products. Sharper focus on what is strategically important means that it helps the company concentrate on the key priorities rather than getting distracted. Example, a restaurant may focus on quality food and excellent service instead of trying to sell unrelated products like clothes. Improve understanding of a rapidly changing environment means that a businesses must be aware of trend, customer needs, and competitors. Example, Netflix switched from DVD rentals to the online streaming when technology changed, keeping them successful. Why is this even more important today? The world is changing fast. New technology, market shifts, and global trends. Business must adapt quickly or risk falling behind. Imagine driving in a heavy rain without a GPS, without a plan. You might get lost. When the business world is unpredictable due to competition, technology, or crisis, a strategic planning helps companies navigate challenges and stay ahead. Impact of globalization. Globalization means the integrated internationalization of markets and corporations. This term refers to the process where markets and companies become more connected internationally. It means businesses are no longer just limited to their local or national markets. They are now competing and working on a global scale. How has globalization changed the way companies do businesses? Globalization has made it easier for businesses to expand into new markets around the world. They can sell products, source materials, and even partner with companies from different countries. It has created a more interconnected world where things like technology, trade, and culture cross borders more easily. Today, a company in one country can easily sell its products in another country, work with foreign companies, or even open branches worldwide. Think of McDonald's. You can find it in the United States, Turkey, India, and many other countries. This is because of globalization. Globalization has fundamentally changed how business operate, pushing them to think globally, respond to international competition, and take advantage of new opportunities behind their own border. How business expand internationally. Companies expand internationally in different ways. Let's break down them with example. Exporting, selling products to other countries without setting up a business there. Example, a Turkish company makes carpet and sell them to customer in Europe. Second, licensing. Giving permission to a foreign company to produce and sell your product using brand or technology. Example, an Indian electronic company allows a Chinese company to make and sell its product under its brand name. Franchising, a business model where a company lets other open branches using its brand, business model and support with some fee. Joint venture, a partnership between two companies from different countries to create new business together. Example, a Canadian construction company partner with a German company to build road in Africa, and they will share their expertise. For example, if Canadian company has experience in designing and German company has experience in building, so both of them together will join, make a joint and make a company. Acquisition, buying a foreign company to enter a new market. Example, a British airline buys a European airline to expand its international reach. Greenfield development, a company built a new business from scratch in another country. Example, a Japanese car manufacturer built a brand new factory in Brazil. So globalization connects business worldwide. Companies expand internationally through six methods: exporting, licensing, franchising, joint venture, acquisition, and greenfield development. Impact of innovation. Innovation describes new products, services, methods, and organizational approaches that allow the businesses to achieve extraordinary returns. It is the implementation of potential innovation that truly drives businesses to be remarkable. Innovation means creating new products, services, or ways of doing things that help a business succeed. It is not just about having great ideas. It is about putting those ideas into action to make a business stand out. Example, think about smartphones. Many companies have ideas for better phones, but the ones that actually create and sell new design, features, or technologies are the ones that succeed. So innovation isn't just about thinking differently. It is about doing things different to get amazing result. Now let's discuss sustainability in business. Sustainability is about doing business in a way that balances profit with well-being of people and the planet. It is not just about making money, it's about how businesses can manage their operations to care for the environment, society, and their financial health. This is where the concept of the triple bottom line comes in. The triple bottom line focuses on three key areas. People, the management of the company's social responsibility, means that making sure the business supports communities, provides fair labor practices, and has a positive social impact. Planet, the management of its environmental responsibility, reducing the environmental impact like cutting down on waste, lowering emissions, and using resources responsibly. Profit, the management of traditional profit or loss. Of course, businesses still need to make money to survive, but in a way that doesn't harm people or the planet. Example, A company like Noor Group is a good example of sustainability in action. They focus on creating high quality products, but they also make sure their supply chain is environmentally friendly and fair to workers. They actively reduce their carbon footprint, use recycled materials, and donate a portion of their profits to the environmental cases. So sustainability means that business need to think behind just making a profit and take responsibility for their impact on both the world and the people they serve. Theories of organizational adoption. Organizations like living things must adapt to change in their environment to survive. Different theories explain how businesses respond to change. Let's explore four key theories of organizational adoption. Population ecology. Once an organization is successfully established in a particular environmental niche, it is unable to adapt to changing conditions. Means that once a company is well established in a specific market, it becomes difficult for it to change or adopt. Instead, new companies replace the old ones. Example, many traditional bookstores closed when online stores like Amazon became popular. It matters because organizations that do not adopt to change may eventually disappear. Institution theory. Organization can and do adapt to changing conditions by imitating other successful organizations. Means that businesses survive by copying successful strategy of other companies. Example, fast food chain like Burger King and Wendy's introduced breakfast menu after seeing McDonald's success with breakfast offering. It matters because organizations can learn from others and change their strategy to remain competitive. Strategic choice perspective. Not only do organizations adapt to changing environment, but also have the opportunity and power to reshape the environment. Means that businesses do not just adapt to their environment, they also have the power to change it. Example, Tesla reshaped the car industry by making electric vehicle popular and pushing government to support green energy policies. It matters because companies can be proactive and influence their industry rather than just reacting to changes. Organization learning theories. An organization adjusts defensively to changing environment and uses knowledge offensively to improve fit between itself and its environment. Means that companies learn from past experience, adjust to challenges, and use knowledge to improve their future performance. Example, Google constantly updates its search engine by analyzing how users interact with it and improving the algorithm. It matters because businesses that learn and adopt quickly have a better chance of long-term success. Organizations must adopt to survive. Some struggle to change, while others imitate successful strategy, reshape their industries, or learn from their experiences. The best companies understand their environment and evolve to stay competitive. Strategic flexibility. In a fast changing business world, companies cannot rely on one strategy forever. They need strategic flexibility, which means the ability to shift from one dominant strategy to another. To achieve this, a company must become a learning organization, which always improving and adopting, such as Netflix, originally a DVD rental company, but when online streaming became popular, it changed its strategy and became a global leader in a digital entertainment. Companies that do not adopt, like Blockbuster, can fail, while those with strategic flexibility thrive. In today's fast-changing world, successful businesses must constantly learn and improve. A learning organization is a company that actively creates, shares, and applies knowledge to stay competitive. Why is organizational learning important? First, It keeps business competitive, means that it helps them adapt to changes and challenges. Second, it encourages innovation, means that lead to new products, services, and business models. Third, it improves efficiency, means that it helps companies avoid mistakes and improve performance. As I mentioned, a learning organization is a company that continuously improves by gaining and sharing knowledge. To stay competitive, business must develop learning skill in four key areas. Solving problems systematically means that using data, logic, and structured thinking to find solution. It matters because better problem solving leads to efficiency and fewer mistakes. Second, experimenting with new approaches means that testing new ideas and strategies to improve. It matters because of innovation helps business stay ahead of competitor. Third, learning from the organization's own experience and past history as well as from the experience of others means that analyze past success and failure and learning from other companies. It matters because it avoids repeated mistake and encourage best practice. 4. Transferring knowledge quickly and efficiently throughout the organization means that sharing useful information across departments and teams. It matters because of fast knowledge transfer improve performance across the entire company. So, a learning organization continuously improve by solving problems, experimenting, learning from experience, and sharing knowledge. Companies that develop these skills stay competitive and successful. As I mentioned that strategic management consists of four basic elements or stages. The first one is internal and external environmental scanning, which means gathering information. The second stage is strategy formulation, with developing long-range plan. The third stage is strategy implementation, putting a strategy into action. And the last one is evaluation and control, means monitoring and performance. Strategic management model. Environmental scanning, as I mentioned, that is gathering information. The external information, such as natural environment, social environment, and task environment, these are all external information. The internal information are structure, culture, and resources. Strategy formulation. A strategy formulation is consist of mission, which reason for existence, objectives, what results to accomplish by when, strategies, plans to achieve the missions and objectives, policies means broad guidelines for decision making. The third stage is strategy implementation, means program and tactics, means activities need to accomplish a plan. Budget means cost of the program. Procedure, sequence of steps needed to do the job. The last stage or the fourth stage is evaluation and control, means that performance or actual result, and also taking corrective action, which we will discuss in more detail each and every step of environmental scanning, strategy formulation, and strategy implementation in next slides. Environmental scanning means the monitoring, evaluation, and disseminating of information from the external and internal environment to key people within the organization. Means that monitoring, regularly checking what's happening both outside, like in the market, economy, or society, and inside in the organization, like how employees are performing or what resources are available. Evaluating, deciding how the information affects the organizations and what needs to change. Disseminating, sharing the information and the important finding with right people in the organization so they can make informed decision. SWOT analysis, which is Strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. Strength means what the organization does really well. Weakness, what the organization struggle with. Opportunities, things in external environment that organization can take advantage of. Threats, external factors that could hurt the organizations. It is like making a list of pros and cons, but for our businesses or organization, we look at what we are good at, where we can improve, and what opportunity or risks are out there. Imagine a new coffee shop in a town. Their strength might be offering great coffee. Their weakness could be a small sitting area. An opportunity means that it might be turned toward people drinking more coffee at home so they could start offering delivery. Threat means in here could be a bigger, well known coffee chain opening nearby. Environmental variable. We can break the environmental variable into three key sections: social environment, task environment, and internal environment. Social environment. This is the larger outside world that affects the organization. It includes social culture forces, means that these are the shared belief, values, and tradition in society, like trends and how people think about sustainability or what is popular in fashion. Political legal forces, this refers to law, regulation, and government policies that affects business like taxes or labor laws. Technological forces means that changing in technology like new innovation or tools that can impact the way an organization operates. Think of the risk of smartphones or artificial intelligence. Economic forces. The state of the economy, such as inflation, unemployment rates, or market condition that influences how business and consumers act. The second one is task environment. This part is about the specific people and organizations that directly interact with businesses. Stakeholders, anyone who has an interest in the organization, like shareholders, investors, and etc., are the stakeholders. Government, local or national authorities that create rules and policies affecting the organization. Suppliers, companies or individuals who provide the resources that businesses need to operate. A special interest group, groups that advocate for certain cases that may influence business practices, like environmental group pushing for sustainable practices. Customers, people who buy product or services from the organization. Creditors, individual or organization that lend money to the business. Trade associations, groups that represent specific industries or professions. Communities, the neighborhood and location where the business operates, including local opinion and expectation. Competitors, other businesses offering similar product or services. Employee labor union, the workers within the organization and their groups that may represent their interests. The third one is internal environment, which is structure and resources. Structure, how the organization is organized. Culture, the value, belief, and behavior that make up the personality of the organization. Resources, the asset means financial, human, physical, etc. the organization has available to achieve its goals. It is important to note that these environmental are interconnected. Changes in social environment, such as new law or technological change, can influence the task environment. Example, supplier or customer may react, and both can have an impact on the environmental, such as companies might need to change its structure or resources to adopt. By understanding these variables, business can better navigate challenges and identify opportunities for growth. Strategy formulation. Strategy formulation is process of investigation, analysis, and decision making that provides the company with the criteria for attaining a competitive advantage. Includes defining the competitive advantage of the business, crafting the corporate mission, specifying achievable objectives, and setting policy guidelines means that strategy formulation is the process a company goes through to decide how it will compete in the market and achieve long-term success. It's about making informed decisions based on investigation and analysis to achieve the company a competitive advantage. These includes the following steps. First, investigating and analyzing, which means that internal and external factors to understand the business environment. Second, defining a competitive advantage that makes the company stand out. Crafting a corporate mission that defines the company purpose. Setting clear, measurable objectives to achieve business success. Establishing policy guidelines to ensure everyone in the company is on the same page and working toward the same goals. These steps helps the company build a solid strategy for achieving long-term success, positioning itself better than its competitor in the market. Mission. Mission is the purpose or reason for the organization's existence. The mission of an organization is its purpose or reason it exists. It answers the question like, why does this organization do what it does? It defines the core purpose, values, and main goals of the organization, and it helps both employees and customers understand what the company stands for. The mission should be clear, inspiring, and direct. Example, a nonprofit organization focused on providing clean water might have a mission like to provide access to safe and clean drinking water to communities in need. Vision. Vision describes what the organization would like to become. It is forward-looking statement that outline the company's aspiration and the long-term impact it hopes to have. The vision answers the question like, where do you want to be in 5, 10, or 20 years? It serves as a guide for decision making and help inspire people within the organization to work toward a shared future. Example, a technological company might have a vision like to become the leading provider of innovative sustainability energy solution worldwide. The other one is objective. Objective is the results of planned activity. Objectives are the specific measurable results an organization aim to achieve within a set time frame. They are the outcome of planned activities and help the company focus its effort on clear targets. Objectives answer the questions like what specific result do we want to achieve? They are more concrete and focused than the mission or vision. Objectives are typically SMART, means that S for specific, M for measurable, A for achievable, R for relevant, and T for time bound. Example, an objective for a business might be increase sales by 15% in the next 12 months. By clearly defining and aligning the mission, vision, and objectives, an organization can stay focused, make strategy decisions, and measure progress toward its goal. Strategy. A strategy forms a comprehensive master approach that states how the corporation will achieve its mission and objectives. It maximizes competitive advantage and minimizes competitive disadvantage. As I mentioned in my previous slides, a strategy is a big plan that helps a company achieve its goal. It shows the best way to succeed while reducing risks and problems. Imagine you want to pass an exam with high marks. You don't just start studying randomly, you make a plan. You decide what subject to focus on, how much time to study each day, and whether to take practice tests. This plan is your strategy to achieve your goal. Just like a student need a plan to succeed in exam, companies need a plan to succeed in business. What does maximize competitive advantage and minimize competitive disadvantage means? Competitive advantage means something that makes a company better than its competitor. And competitive disadvantage means that something that makes a company weaker compared to competitors. Example, if a pizza shop deliver in 20 minutes while other take 40 minutes, that is a competitive advantage. But if their prices are too high, that could be a competitive disadvantage. There are three levels of strategy: corporate strategy, business strategy, and functional strategy. Corporate strategy, overall direction of company and management of its business, means that the corporate level strategy defines the scope of the businesses and how resources should be allocated across different business units or divisions. Business strategy. Business strategy is more focused than corporate strategy. It deals with how the company will compete in a specific market or industry. It answers questions like how do we compete with other companies in the market? What our unique value proposition? This strategy looks at competitive advantage, whether the company will compete by being the lowest cost provider, offering unique products, or focusing on quality. The other strategy is functional strategy. Functional strategy are more detailed and tactical. They focus on improving efficiency, effectiveness, and performance within a specific function. Function strategy focus on the specific department or function within an organization, such as marketing, such as finance, HR, or production. It outlines how each department will support the broader business strategy. Example, a company finance team might adopt a strategy to manage costs and improve cash flow by reducing overhead expenses. By aligning all three levels of strategy, an organization ensures that every part of the businesses works together toward achieving its mission, objectives, and overall success. Each level of strategy should support and complement the other to maximize the organization's competitive advantage and minimize disadvantage. Policy. Policy is a broad guideline for a decision making that links formulation of a strategy with its implementation. Or we can say that it acts as a bridge between a strategy formulation, which is the planning phase, and a strategy implementation, which is the action phase. Essentially, it ensures that the organization's strategy goals are consistently and efficiently carried out. Policies provide a framework for employees and managers to make decisions that are aligned with the company's overall strategy. They help ensure that the organization's resources are used in a way that supports the strategy and minimize confusion or conflict. Example, a company's policies could be all products must meet sustainability criteria before they can be marketed. This policy will guide decisions at different levels, from product development to marketing, ensuring that the company's commitment to sustainability is maintained throughout its operations. Strategy implementation is a process by which strategies and policies are put into action through the development of programs, budgets, and procedures. In simpler terms, while strategy formulation is about deciding what the organization wants to achieve, strategy implementation is about figuring out how to achieve those goals. It involves converting the strategic plan into operational plans and ensuring that everyone in the organization is aligned and working toward the same goals. Key element of strategic implementation: development of program means that a program is a detailed plan of action that outlines specific projects or activities the organization will carry out to implement its strategy. Programs often include clear steps, timelines, and objectives that need to be achieved to make the strategy successful. Example, if a company's strategy is to expand its market share, a program might include launching new advertising campaigns, opening new stores, or offering a special promotion. The other element of strategic implementation is budget. Budget is a financial plan that allocates resources, such as money, people, or time, to different programs or to different projects and activities to ensure the organization can achieve its strategic goals. The budget sets priorities for resource allocation and ensures that there is enough funding for each part of the strategy. As an example, the marketing department might have a budget for digital ads, events, and promotion to support a new product launch. The other element of strategy implementation is procedure. Procedures are the standard way of doing things within the organization. These are the steps or process that employees need to follow to ensure that the strategy is implemented effectively. Procedures helps ensure consistency, efficiency, and quality in how things are done. Example, a procedure might involve the step of approving a new product design or how to manage customer feedback on new services. Putting it all together, strategy implementation is the action phase of strategic management process. Once a strategy is formulated, it must be turned into concrete action through program, budget, and procedure. It requires effective communication of strategy, the allocation of resources, the creation of action plans, and the establishment of monitoring system to ensure progress and success. Evaluation and control. Evaluation and control is a process in which corporate activities and performance results are monitored so that the actual performance can be compared with desired performance. This allows the organization to track progress, identify any gaps, and make necessary adjustment to stay on course toward achieving its strategic goals. Steps in the evaluation and control process are: establish performance standard first. There are benchmarks or goals set during the strategy formulation phase. They present what the company wants to achieve. Example, a performance standard could be a target for sales growth, market share, or customer satisfaction. The second, measure actual performance. This step involves collecting data on the company actual performance and activities, such as tracking quarterly sales figures, customer feedback, or production efficiency. The third one, compare actual performance to standard. Means that here the company compare the actual performance to the established benchmark or goals to identify any variances. Example, if the company aimed for a 15% increase in revenue and achieved only 10%, it will look at why the goal was not met. Fourth, the corrective action if needed. If there is a significant difference between actual and desired performance, the company will take corrective action to realign the efforts. Example, if the strategy is underperforming, the company might modify marketing tactics or improving internal processes. So, evaluation and control is a key process that ensures a company's strategy stays on track by regular monitoring performance, comparing it with goals, and adjusting it as needed. The company can ensure that its strategy objectives are met effectively and efficiently. Just think it is like driving a car. The desired performance is your destination. The actual performance is where you are on the road. And corrective action like turning the wheel or adjusting speed. This helps you stay on course. Performance. Performance refers to the result of the activities and actions taken by an organization in line with its strategy goals. It includes the actual outcomes of the strategic management process and shows whether the company has successfully met its objectives or not. In a simple word, performance is how well the organization is doing in achieving the targets set in the strategy, such as increasing sales, improving customer satisfaction, or growing market share. Feedback or learning processes. The feedback or learning processes is a continuous loop in which the company gathers information about its performance, uses this information to evaluate decisions, and then revises or corrects action based on what was learned. It is an important part of strategic management because it helps organizations stay flexible, adjust strategies when necessary, and improve over time. This process ensures that the organization does not simply follow its original plan, but also learn from real world outcomes to make better decisions. How the feedback learning process works? It works based on the collect data on performance, evaluate performance, learn from the data, and revise or correct decisions. A triggering event. A triggering event is an event or situation that acts as a stimulus for a change in strategy. It signals the need for the organization to reassess its current strategy and possibly make adjustment or even change its strategic direction altogether. These events can come from both inside and outside the organization, and they create a sense of urgency for the leadership to act. In simpler terms, a triggering event is something that shakes things up and promotes the organization to rethink its approach. Common triggering event. First, new CEO. When a new CEO is appointed, they may bring a new vision, fresh ideas, and a different approach to the company. This could lead to a shift in the company's strategy to align with the new leader's goal. Example, a company that was previously focused on local market may now seek to expand globally under a new CEO who has experience in international business. External intervention. External forces such as government regulation, economic shifts, or changes in market trends can force the company to reconsider its strategy. These events often push companies to respond to new opportunities or threats in the environment. Example, if a government introduces new environmental regulation, a company might need to change its strategy to comply with these laws, such as adopting greener technologies or processes. Threats of changing in ownership. This responsibility is possibly of a merger or acquisition or changing in ownership can drive the need for strategic change. New owner might want to restructure the company, shift its direction, or improve profitability. Example, if a large corporation is considering buying a smaller company, the smaller company may need to adjust its strategy to align with the new owner's goals or to maintain its independency. Performance gap. A performance gap occurs when the company's actual performance falls significantly short of its expected performance or strategic objectives. This can lead to the need for strategic change to address the gap and improve results. Example, if a company market share is declining despite its efforts, it may trigger a re-evaluation of its marketing or product strategy to close the performance gap. A strategic inflation point. A strategic inflation point is a common when a fundamental nature of the market, technology, or competition changes and the organization must adopt to survive. These changes might be caused by technological advances, new competitors, or shifts in customer performances. Example, The rise of the internet and digital technology was a strategic inflection point for many traditional businesses, forcing them to shift to e-commerce or digital services to remain competitive. Why are triggering events important? Triggering events are important because they create urgency for strategic change. When company experiences one of these events, if often cannot continue with its old strategy and must adopt to meet new challenges or opportunities. The organization may need to pivot, innovate, or even completely re-innovate its approach to stay relevant and competitive. Strategic decision. Strategic decision making refers to the process of making decisions that affect the long term directions of an entire organization. These directions shape the future of the company, influences its overall strategy, and determine how the organization will compete in the market. Strategic decisions are not about day to day operations. Instead, they focus on big picture choices that impact the company's growth, sustainability, and market position. These decisions have three key characteristics. They are rare, consequential, and directive. Rare. Strategic decisions rare, meaning they don't happen frequently. They are major decisions that come up only in certain situations, usually when a significant change or opportunity occurs. Rare strategic decisions are unusual and typically have no precedent to follow. These decisions are not made every day. Rather, they arise when the organization faces important, unique challenges or opportunities. Example, deciding to enter a new international market or invest in a new technology is a rare strategic decision because such a move happens frequently. Consequential. Strategic decisions are consequential, meaning they have significant long-term impact on the company. These decisions can affect the company's future success or failure, its competitive position, and even its survival. Consequential strategic decisions commit substantial resources and demand a great deal of commitment from people at all levels. The consequence of strategic decision often last for years and influence various aspects of the organization, such as its operations, culture, and profitability. Example, a decision to get another company is a consequential because it can change the structure, resources, and direction of the entire business. Directive. Strategic decisions are directive, meaning they guide or steer the organizations in a particular direction. These decisions set the course for the company's future action and influence how the organization will execute its strategy. Directive strategic decisions set precedent for lesser decisions and future actions throughout an organization. They provide a clear direction to all levels of the organization, helping employees and leaders align their actions with the broader strategic goal. Example, a decision to focus on customer service excellence as the company's primary activity advantage directs the entire company efforts from product design to customer support. Mintzberg's mode of strategic decision making. Henry Mintzberg identified four main modes through which strategic decisions are made in organization. Each mode describes a different approach based on the way decisions are formulated and who is involved in the decision-making processes. The first mode is entrepreneurial mode. In this mode, strategy is created by a single powerful individual, typically the CEO or a founder who has a strong vision for the company. Decisions are centralized in this mode and made by one person, often with a bold vision and a focus on innovation and growth. The strategy is typically shaped by the vision and goals of the leader rather than by extensive analysis or input from others. Example, a technological company, a startup founder may decide to rapidly innovate and expand without consulting with many others, focusing on quick growth and establishing a unique position in the market. The second mode is adoptive. Adoptive mode. This mode is characterized by reactive solution to extending problems rather than a proactive search for a new opportunity. The organization adopts to circumstances as they arise. The company reacts to challenges and problems as they come up, often making a small adjustment or changes instead of pursuing bold, long-term strategic shifts. This approach tends to be short-term focused and based on immediate needs rather than long-term planning. Example, a company facing sudden declining in sales might adjust its pricing or marketing tactics to respond to the problem rather than investigating new growth areas. The second mode is planning mode. The planning mode is more structured and systematic. It involves gathering appropriate information for a true situation analysis, generating feasible alternative strategies, and rationally selecting the best source of action. This approach is deliberate, relying on data collection, analysis, and careful decision making. A strategy is formulated in a step-by-step, logical manner and typically involves multiple levels of management. Example, a large corporation might conduct a detailed market research study, assess competitive threats, and create detailed business plan before entering a new market. The fourth one is logical incrementalism. This mode is combination of the planning, adaptive, and to lesser extent, the entrepreneurial mode. It involves a small step and gradual involvement in strategy based on ongoing feedback and evaluation. A strategy evolves through incremental adjustments rather than a radical shift. Companies in this mode are flexible and adaptive, making gradual improvement and changes over time based on what is learned during the process. Example, a company might start by targeting a local market and over time, based on customer feedback and market condition, it gradually expands its product offerings and geographic reach. A strategic decision-making process consists of 8 steps. 1. Evaluate current performance result. 2. Review corporate governance. 3. Scan and assess the external environment. 4. Scan and assess the internal corporate environment. 5. Analyze strategic factor. 6. Generate, evaluate, and select the best alternative strategies. 7. Implement selected strategies. Number 8. Evaluate implemented strategies, which we will discuss in more detail in the next slide. The first stage is evaluate current performance result. The first step is to assess how the organization is performing against its current goals and objectives. This involves reviewing financial performance, market position, and overall effectiveness. This evaluation helps identify strengths, weaknesses, and potential areas for improvement. It also helps set foundation for making informed decisions. 1B. Examine and evaluate the current mission, objectives, strategies, and policies. And following question will be asked. Does the mission still align with the company's goal? Are the company's objectives still realistic and relevant? Are the current strategies working or need adjustment? Are the current policies helping or delaying performance? These questions will be asked if the mission, objectives, strategies, or policies are need to revise. The second stage is review corporate governance. Corporate governance refers to how the organization is managed and controlled, including the role of the board of directors, executives, and stakeholders. Reviewing corporate governance ensures that decisions are aligned with the ethical standard and long-term goals. The third step is scan and assess external environment. This step involves analyze factors outside the organization that may impact its strategy, such as market trends, economic conditions, regulatory changes, technological advancement, and competitive pressures. 3B. Analyze external factors. Identify opportunities, such as things the company can take advantage of, and threats, such as external risk or challenges the company face. The fourth stage is scan and assess internal environment. Analyze the organization internal factor, such as structure, with how the organization is structured, rules, and communications inside the organization. Culture, analyze the shared values, behavior, and norms within the organization. Resources, the company's physical, financial, and human resource. Analyze internal factors, which are identify the company's strength, which is internal factors that give it an advantage, and weaknesses, which internal factors that delay the performance. Understanding the internal environment helps determine the organization capacity to implement a strategy and its competitive advantage. The fifth step is analyze a strategic factor. After scanning both the external and internal environment, organization analyzes strategic factors that will have the greatest impact on achieving their goals. This may include factors like competitive advantage, market demand, and resource availability. This analysis helps prioritize the most critical factors that should shape the strategic decisions. It helps decide what areas need to focus on action. The sixth step is generate and evaluate strategic alternative. In this step, the organization develop multiple strategy options and evaluate them based on factors like feasibility, cost effectiveness, and align with the company's long-term goals. This base strategy is selected for implementation. It ensures that the organization has considered multiple approaches before committing to course of action. Selecting the best strategy increases the chance of success. The seventh step is implement selected strategy. Once a strategy is selected, the next step is to put the plan into action. This involves allocating resources, assigning responsibilities, and setting timeline to ensure the strategy is executed effectively. Also, reviewing the programs means create a specific initiative or project to implement the strategy. Reviewing the budget, allocate financial resources to support the strategy. Procedures, set the operational procedures needed for implementation. In implementation, selected strategy, even the best strategy is used without proper implementation. This step turns the strategy into tangible action that leads to results. The last step is evaluate and control. After a strategy has been implemented, it's crucial to monitor its progress and evaluate its effectiveness. This step involves comparing actual performance against the expected outcomes and identify any necessary adjustment. Continuous evaluating helps ensure that the strategy is delivering the desired result and allows for course correction if things aren't going as planned. So overall, this process is a systematic approach to making a strategic decision that ensure that all factors, both internal and external, are taken into account. By following these processes and these steps, companies can make informed decisions, implement a strategy successfully, and continuously improve their performance. The strategic audit aids to strategic decision making. A strategic audit is a systematic tool used by organizations to assess their current strategy and evaluate how well they are meeting their goals. It acts as a checklist of questions organized by different areas or issues to help analyze various corporate functions and activities. A strategic audit is important because it provides a comprehensive review of organizations' operations, including its internal and external environment. It also helps identify any gaps between the current strategy and the company's performance or market condition. It also helps to highlight areas that need improvement, whether it is in resources, processes, policies, or performances. A strategic audit covers multiple areas of the organization. By asking key questions in each area, the audit helps decision makers systematically assess the company's current situation. Okay, friend, thank you so much for watching this session on strategic management and business policy. I hope you have found this information valuable and that it helps you in your journey toward understanding and applying the strategic thinking in the business world. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss out on future content. Also, feel free to share your thought or question in the comment. I would love to hear from you. Take care and keep striving for success.